Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Marky Mark, and we got a brand new video for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going through the top 10 VHS to watch for summertime. Right? Summertime's right around the corner. I know in San Diego it doesn't feel like summer right now. Super overcast. That's why your boy's legs are still so pasty, man. Don't mind the pasty legs, okay? We haven't had any sun yet, but you know what? This video right here, we're going to bring the sunshine. We're going to welcome the sunshine back in, dude. We're going to bring some sunshine to you through this screen right here. VHS style. Retro, 80s, 90s, throwback gems that get you in that summer mood. Get you in that summer vibe, that beach time vibe. You know, you want to go play some volleyball on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Do a little surfing. Maybe do a little longboarding on the boardwalk. You know, hit up Mission Beach if you're in San Diego area. Who knows? Who knows where you're at? Who knows what you're thinking? We're going to get you in the right mind state for summertime because it's here. And we're going to kick it off. Dude, we're going to kick it off right now with the first one on our list, Camp Nowhere, starring Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future. Also got some other 90s child star gems in here like Jonathan Jackson, Emmett Walsh. This one's directed by Jonathan Prince, and it came out in like the mid-90s. Super cool. Super good vibes, summer camp, great summer camp kind of movie. Like, you know, if you ever been to a summer camp, which I went to a couple. I went to some basketball summer camps back in the 90s and actually met Larry Bird and Sean Kemp. I have a picture of that. I need to look that up. If I could find that picture, I would put it up on the screen, but I don't know if I know where it's at right now. I think it might be in storage or it might be floating around some family member's house. Anyways, Camp Nowhere, Christopher Lloyd. Bunch of child stars from the 90s that were thriving. I think Jonathan Jackson, he was also in Wild America with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and some other people. But yeah, great 90s summertime vibes right here. Camp Nowhere. Can't recommend it enough. It's kind of overlooked. A little bit of an overlooked, underappreciated gem. If you're in the VHS scene, you probably might know about this. If you're into, you know, some of those underappreciated 90s gems, looking for some summer vibes, good vibes all around, check this one out. Camp Nowhere. Can't go wrong with it. Next up, speaking of the ultimate summer camp movie of all time, in my opinion, Heavyweights, dude. We're coming in heavy with the heavyweights. Dude, this one right here, starring my boy Ben Stiller. And it's pretty much, it's funny, he's like, this is way before Dodgeball, of course. Dodgeball came out much later. But it was kind of, the character he played in this was the same exact character. If you watch Dodgeball, it makes like a fun little double feature. Same exact character he played in this, like super stern, like hardcore, takes himself way too seriously, way over the top, workout junkie, just fanatic madman, psychopath. That's who he plays in this. That's who he plays in Dodgeball. Same character. They may have different names, but it's the same premise right here. This is where it all started. So if you like Dodgeball, if you like summer, and this is like a fat camp. This is a bunch of fat kids going to camp. So it's not very politically correct, which is one of the things I like about it so much. And one of the things I miss about the 90s. People being able to make fun of themselves, have fun, not take themselves too seriously. Heavyweights, dude. So good. The ultimate summer camp movie. Hilarious, released by Disney back in the 90s. Tons of child stars in here. One of them, Goldberg from Mighty Ducks is in here. Dude, what's his name from Kenan and Kel is in here. The overweight one. Whatever his name, I can't remember off the top. But you know, dude, check this one out. So good. Heavyweights. Absolute gem. Summertime vibes, good vibes, hilarious. I mean, I can't recommend that one enough. That's probably the one I might recommend the most off this list. I don't know. There's some other heaters on here too, though. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Next up, we have Captain Ron. This is the screener VHS of this. So it doesn't list who the director is. Let me look over here. I have it written on the paper. Captain Ron is directed by Tom Eberhardt. And that's like a foreign Thom, Tom. So I hope I'm pronouncing all that correctly. Anyways, this one is starring Kurt Russell and my boy from Clifford. One sec. Let me grab Clifford, because Clifford's like right here in the corner. I know I got Clifford right here. Where's my boy Clifford? Where's my boy Clifford? Here he is. Here he is. Here he is. Here he is. Okay. We got it. We got it. Martin Short, dude. Martin Short from Clifford. So Martin Short plays the father of this family. He takes his family on this vacation, and there's this dude played by Kurt Russell who's like a madman running the ship. He's like the captain of the ship or whatever, and he's just absolutely out of his mind. But it's awesome, dude. It's just like it's kind of like a what about Bob kind of vibe, where it's like this really conservative kind of father leading a family, and then it's like this really crazy person comes into the mix and kind of tests you and pushes you to your limits. Really fun interactions, great vibes, great summer vibes. Out there on the water, cruising around, and I can't recommend this one enough as well. That's why it's on the list. So yeah, Captain Ron. On to the next one. We got the sticker falling out. Those stickers ain't sticking too well anymore. Vestron stickers do that a lot too. Those Vestron stickers, man. Comment below if your Vestron stickers need some extra glue. I know how it is, man. I know the Vestron struggle. Them stickers just ain't sticking anymore like they were back in the 80s. Need some high quality glue, Vestron. Fix it. Get it together. I know you're not putting out VHS anymore, but if you do it, if you go back to re-releasing VHS, new ones, get some good glue for them stickers on the tapes, bruh. We'll appreciate it. Alright, Weekend at Bernie's, dude. Classic. You guys probably all know about this one. Let's see. This one is directed by Ted Kotcheff. I'm not good with last names. It's Kotcheff. And this one is starring Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Silverman. And they're chilling with their freaking uncle who's like dead. But they like bring him around and pretend he's alive and like make everybody think he's still alive. So they're like cruising around on the beach. And let's read the synopsis to you. Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Silverman team up in the drop-dead comedy of the year, Weekend at Bernie's. The pair star as ambitious young employees who accidentally uncover an embezzlement scam in their company. Bernie, played by Terry Kaiser, their boss, rewards their efforts by inviting them to his beachside pleasure palace for the weekend. When the boys arrive, they find that Bernie has been bumped off. He's been killed. He's sleeping with the fishes, but he's not. He's in his house. You know what I'm saying? When the boys arrive, they find that, yeah, he's been off. But even a stiff won't stop this party. Aided by the charms of Catherine Mary Stewart, the boys make quite a splash as they dodge bullets, babes, and bodies in the wackiest, wildest weekend of their lives. This one's really good. The sequel, is not as good. I still dig it. It's still in my collection. I still watch it. But yeah, Weekend at Bernie's Part 1. This is the one to watch. So good. Summertime vibes all the way through and through. Coming up next, we got an absolute gem. One of my all-time favorite movies of all time. It's just so good. Point Break. Keanu Reeves. Come on, man. You got my boy Keanu Reeves. You got my boy Patrick Swayze, R.I.P. Patrick Swayze, this is one of his best roles. He plays like kind of a madman, cool, like intellectual, philosophizing surfer slash criminal bank robber. And he's got this crew of like surfer, you know, kind of tripped out edgy dudes. They play football on the beach, you know, they go surfing at nighttime, they party it up, and they rob banks with like president masks on, which I thought was kind of a cool little thing they had going on there. This one is directed by a woman, Catherine Bigelow, I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's the same woman that directed that one vampire movie. The name of it's evading my mind right now, but if you know, go ahead and comment it below. I know it, I just don't know it off the top of my head in the heat of the moment, but she directed Near Dark? It might be Near Dark. I think that might be the one. Catherine Bigelow. Anyways, dude, such a good film. Gary Busey's in this. Gary Busey and my boy Keanu, they play undercover cops, and they're like, so Keanu, like, he's like the one out of him and Gary Busey who would look more like a surfer, so he goes undercover, and he's like hanging out with these surfers, getting in with them, and super good movie, dude. Lori Petty's in this too. He kind of like falls in love with Lori Petty, the girl from Tank Girl, the one who starred in Tank Girl. So she's in this one with short hair, and she's part of the surfer crew. Keanu gets in. He falls in love with her. She finds out he's... Oh, man. Spoiler alert. She finds out he's undercover, but he really was falling in love with her. So she's like kind of like questioning the relationship. Really good flick. Really good movie. Skydiving. All the works. I mean, you should have seen Point Break by now. If you haven't seen Point Break, what are you doing with your life? All right, guys? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Check it out. We got Good Burger. Speaking of, I was just talking about Homeboy. I got it right here. Keenan and Kel. Such a good movie. This was Nickelodeon at its peak, man. Back in the mid-90s. Ultimate summer movie. It's got Sinbad in it, dude. It's got freaking, I think Shaq makes an appearance in here. This one's just such good vibes. The intro with the stop motion animation or whatever was going on, the talking hamburgers, you know, claymation, whatever was going on, I don't know. But it was really cool. Love the soundtrack. I used to have the soundtrack back in the day. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's so good, guys. The soundtrack, the movie, these are the ultimate vibes. And we got that orange. Speaking of vibes right here, we got those Nickelodeon orange tape vibes coming in extra hot. As you can see, love the orange tapes. Love Nickelodeon back in the day when everything was all good and everything was a lot more simple, right? We're not going to read the synopsis on that. You guys, it's Good Burger, guys. Go watch it. The Sandlot, dude. The Sandlot. This is a demo tape here, too, so it doesn't have a synopsis on the back, but it's got a cool alternate cover right here. Now, this one's about a bunch of young kids. They're playing like street baseball in the streets back in the days. You know what I'm saying? This new kid moves into the area, and he's like looking for something to get into. Starts playing baseball with these kids. Ends up, one of these kids hits a home run into this other yard, and there's this big old burly dog in there, and like the whole rest of the movie is them trying to like inspire how to like get this ball out of this yard without getting mangled by this dog. And it's got a beautiful, like, I think it's the July 4th scene where they're showing like fireworks and they're playing baseball and they're running eating hot dogs in the neighborhood. Man, the vibes in this are absolutely insane. The soundtrack, insane. This is an absolute 90s masterpiece. If you haven't seen The Sandlot, I mean, again, what are you doing with your life, folks? It makes you want to go outside and just play a nice little game of, like, pick up basketball or some baseball, like back in the 90s. But, you know, nobody else, not too many people are down to do that these days. But who knows? Maybe we'll see a resurgence. Maybe we'll see a resurgence in outside playing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to start it. Somebody's got to kick it off. Next up, we got Side Out. Dude, this one is fun in the sun. In the California sun, baby. This one is directed by... Oh, yeah. Sandlot is directed by David Mickey Evans. David Mickey Evans directed Sandlot. Who directed Good Burger? We missed that. Good Burger's directed by Brian Robbins. There you go, okay. Now, Side Out, this one's directed by Peter Arielson. Arielson. That's how I'm sticking with it. That's how I'm saying his last name. And this one's got my boy C. Thomas Howell in here. Super underappreciated actor. He starred in Soul Man, another very not politically correct movie where he goes and like blackfaces himself and just like goes around and pretends to be black. Great film. Love it. Wish they would do a remake. I know that's never going to happen, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I think it would be interesting to see how they would do that these days, you know? I mean, Robert Downey Jr. did it, right? I mean, come on. That was a great role he played in Tropic Thunder. Anyways, dude, yeah, C. Thomas Howell, Peter Horton, they're out there on the beach, dude. Tag team, freaking, just like beach volleyball, dude. Tournaments, going for it. Action, comedy, good times, fun in the sun, dude. You know, it's just California, sunshine, good vibes, good pacing. Anything with C. Thomas Howell, too, like, I'll watch it. And he's got some really underappreciated gems. That's one of them. Soul Man's another. I got some others I could tell you guys about, but we'll dig those up and talk about those another time. Next up, we have... Did I say the director of that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Next up, we have One Crazy Summer. This one is with my boy... Now, why is that? How am I going to forget John Cusack's name? John Cusack. John Cusack stars in this. This is like an unofficial sequel to Better Off Dead. If you guys have ever seen Better Off Dead with John Cusack, he doesn't like that movie, by the way. I don't know why. It's my favorite John Cusack flick of all time. Maybe it's kind of goofy, cheesy, over the top. Maybe he's ashamed, embarrassed. I don't know. John Cusack, if you're watching this, I know you're watching, bro. Get over it, bro. Get over it. Better Off Dead is an amazing film. You did great. It's part of your legacy. Embrace it, bro. Roll with it. But we're not talking about Better Off Dead. We're talking about the unofficial sequel to Better Off Dead. I call it the unofficial sequel because they're both directed by Savage Steve Holland. Oh, a super sick director, by the way, dude. I wish he would have done more films. He did a couple things. Everything he touched, in my opinion, is pretty much a gem for the most part. There's some exceptions to that. Especially Better Off Dead and especially One Crazy Summer. So you can watch them as like a double feature. I highly recommend that. Better Off Dead and then One Crazy Summer. Back to back, plays really well. Summer vibes, super fun, comedy, off the walls, over the top, super, super good times, guys. Check that one out. Check them all out. All of them. And last, but definitely not least, we got maybe the ultimate summer movie. For me, maybe, I don't know. This one's way up there for me. Way up there. A lot of these are way up there. This one's like top 3 at least. Summer School. I mean, you really can't go wrong with this. Directed by Carl Reiner. Carl Reiner, the same guy that directed The Jerk. He directed a lot of other gems, but he also did this. This is another one of the gems he directed. And this one is starring my boy. Who's my boy who is starring? Mark Harmon, dude. Mark Harmon. Dude, Mark Harmon. Super awesome. Right here. Great vibes. He plays this, like, substitute teacher. Just super down to earth. Chill. California vibes, kind of comes in, and he's got this like group of bad kids he has to deal with. I mean, they're not bad. Maybe they're misunderstood, like the Diaz brothers. I don't know. Who am I to judge? Anyways, he comes in there, and he has like kind of this love affair going with Kirstie Alley. Yeah, he has Kirstie Alley. He has this like love affair that kind of springs about. They're both like teachers at the school, and they're kind of, you know, he's trying to get at her. He's trying to flirt with her a little bit. Also, Dean Prescott is in this. Dude, he kills it in this one. Dean Prescott, the same dude who was also in Rockula. He's also in some other stuff back in like the 80s and 90s. I dig Dean Prescott. I wish he would have done more as well. I think he's kind of like an overlooked gem of a human and actor. So yeah, if you haven't seen Rockula, check that out too with Dean Prescott. And if you haven't seen Summer School, definitely check out Summer School. Such good summer vibes. Hilarious movie. Always puts me in a good mood. Can't go wrong with it, guys. Alright, I think that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Drop some comments below. Let me know some of your favorite summer movies. What do you guys like to watch? 80s, 90s, even newer ones. Let me know. I want to know all the dopest summer movies of all time. Let me know in the comments. Let everybody know. So we can all know. We can watch them. Get in those summer vibes and bring the sunshine in, because it's way too overcast here in San Diego, guys. But you know what? I think this video is going to set it off. I think summer's right here. The sunshine's going to come out right when this video drops. All y'all got to do is drop some likes on it, share it around to all your homies, let your homies know. Get them in the summer mood so we can go hit the beach together, get some beach barbecue vibes going. It's going to be a beautiful summer, y'all. It's going to be beautiful. All right. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Much love, y'all. Have a beautiful summer.